beings. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what your secret admirers think of you. So in terms of your pile selection, you can either choose your pile based off your zodiac sign, which is in the thumbnail, or based off the pile you're most drawn to. For pile 1, we have Angelite with the Magician. For pile 2, we have Howlite with the Empress. And for pile 3, we have Thunder Egg with the 10 of Wands reverse. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below. Also, if you'd like to support the channel by watching the sponsored segment of the reading, I would appreciate it. But then I'll see you at your reading. I'll try to be as accurate as I can, but it is a bit tricky when reading for the collective. If you want something more personal, you can always check in with the psychic for a more in-depth description. Speaking of which, I tried a clairvoyant from Psychic Source, and yes, they're sponsoring today's video. Thank you, Psychic Source. I got matched with a clairvoyant through their site, and honestly, I wasn't expecting her to be that accurate. I gave her no personal info, just asked about my future love life, and somehow she instantly picked up that I'm already in a relationship. She literally said, "Why are you asking about the future without mentioning him?" I was literally speechless, but then I remembered that's kind of what I do too. Still a shocking experience to be on the receiving end of it. She described my future partner as someone who makes me really happy, with great communication and a bond that can handle anything. But the part that really stuck with me, she said she saw my future husband giving me purple flowers. A few weeks later, nothing happened, so I kind of forgot about it. Then we saw a tattoo promo on Instagram. My boyfriend sent me his ideas so I can book, and boom, a purple flower. Not a bouquet, but I'm definitely taking that as a sign. You can chat with gifted advisors however you're most comfortable, phone, video, or even text. Setting up my account on their website was super easy, and they have this quick little quiz that helps you find a psychic based on what you're looking for, whether it's love, past lives, energy readings, whatever. It made the whole process really personal and intentional. What sets them apart is the level of care and integrity. Only 2% of their applicants actually become advisors, so you know you're speaking to someone who's truly gifted and held to high ethical standards. And they back everything up with a no-risk guarantee. If you're not happy with your last paid reading, it's free. For a limited time, you can use my code SIREN at psychicsource.com when checking out, or you can just click the link in my description box below at trypsychicsource.com/siren. You'll get up to 40 minutes with an advisor for just $19.80. That's up to a $240 value. You don't have to use it all in one session. You can spread those minutes out across multiple advisors to see who you truly resonate with. They also donate 1% of your purchase to charity at no extra cost to you. Oh, and yes, I do get paid for this promo, so when you sign up with Psychic Source, you're feeding a perpetually hungry, slightly dramatic psychic, that'd be me, and funding my next impulsive crystal purchase. As you can see, the channel needs some new crystals. But that's all for now. Thank you again to Psychic Source for sponsoring today's video. Pile 1, you chose the Angelite crystal and the Magician card. We're going to be taking a look at what your secret admirers think of you. Before we get started, I'd just like to announce that I do have 10 spaces open for the beginning week of December personal readings. If you'd like to book with me, you can find all my details in the description box below. So, Spirit Guides of Pile 1, please tap me into the energy of their secret admirers. Please show me what their secret admirers think. What do their secret admirers think of Pile 1? We have the Sun showing up reverse. We have the Hierophant. And the Wheel of Fortune. So, when I was tapping into your secret admirer's energy, I was seeing social media followers. So, even if you don't have a large following, I get that a lot of your secret admirers are on social media. Some of them could be in real life too, but most of them are on social media. I see these secret admirers thinking you're very inspiring. They almost look up to you in a way, and I see them almost like wanting to take inspiration from you. For example, I'm seeing fashion style. Let's say your fashion is very good on like Instagram or any other social media app. Maybe it's kind of like they take inspiration from it, because I'm seeing like a mood board. And I do feel like, let's say you were to be famous or have a lot of followers, I feel like there would be like loyal followers. Maybe you already have that on some level, like this trendsetter energy about you. And I also feel like your followers on social media kind of just see you as very intelligent, very smart. With the Hierophant, maybe you give very good advice or you say very wise things. It's almost like you're very respected by them with the Hierophant. And they take everything you say as like fact. Like, it's almost like they agree with everything you're saying. They also see you as very mature in some way. And a lot of them feel like they could get along with you in real life or see you as an internet friend, even though maybe you haven't really spoken to many of them. Maybe some of them are internet friends, like literal internet friends. But yeah, I am seeing that they feel like they would get along with you in real life. They feel like they relate to you. And maybe for some of you, your social media followers may be helping you kind of like grow your account. Like the more they interact with it, even if unintentionally, even if you're not trying to grow a following, maybe they interact so much that it actually helps you kind of like be recommended to other people, I guess. But with the sun reverse, I feel like a lot of you aren't necessarily trying to get attention on social media. You're not necessarily trying to like look for followers or anything like that. But I feel like your followers and well, I'm just saying your followers because that's the majority of the energy. Your secret admirers just think you have a lot of potential to make it very far in life. They believe that you're going to receive amazing, huge opportunities that are going to be life-changing with the Wheel of Fortune. They may even assume that you're someone with a lot of luck. Look at that. I split the deck and we have the Six of Wands, which is all about success. So it's like they believe you're going to find success no matter what route you take in life. Because of your intelligence, it gives you a like kind of a head start is what they believe. And I guess they're just rooting for your success in each aspect of your life, not just your career. Like they're rooting for you to be happy and have everything you want, and that things go well for you in each area of your life. So they're true supporters, like people that want to see you win and shine. So we have Judgment. We have the Five of Swords reverse and the High Priestess. So they like your vibe. There's just something about your energy that draws them to you, and they don't know what it is or what it was. But there's just something about you that they're drawn to. I also see a little bit of an obsession, not in a bad way, not in a creepy way, but almost like this energy of, I like pile number one so much, I keep checking up on them, I keep thinking about them, as if they're my friend, you know? But maybe there are some parasocial relationships here, I guess. What I will say to be careful of is some of these secret admirers are literally secret, but that's not what to be careful of. Well, maybe they don't make themselves known, but what I'm saying to be careful of is be open and honest, if that's possible, if you want to, with your secret admirers about everything about you. sometimes when people put us on a pedestal, just like, when you look at a celebrity, when somebody puts them on a pedestal, people tend to almost not necessarily see them as perfect, but see it as they can do no wrong. And then maybe when they do something wrong, people almost just turn on them. So I would be careful of that. But I don't think it's necessarily to the extreme like that. That's what Spirit is showing me as an example. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is I'm not saying you make yourself seem perfect, but don't allow yourself to seem a little bit too perfect, whether it be on social media or in real life. Like, show realness. And I feel like it will make people see you more for you than put you on this pedestal where they almost have like high expectations on you. These high expectations don't have to be bad because they could almost push you to grow as a person, but I guess that's what I'm seeing here. I'm not sure what this is in regards to, though. They see you as kind. They see you as sassy sometimes as well. So the Devil, the Page of Cups, the Justice card reverse. The Devil confirms when I said that some of your secret admirers obsess over you in the best way. But this isn't like a toxic, unhealthy obsession, but I would say they do put you on a pedestal a lot. They know that you're not necessarily looking to gain attention, like I said before. They may think that you're very private, that you keep certain things to yourself, about your personal life. Like, you don't open up to everybody about everything going on in your life. You know what I mean? They feel like they've seen the best moments of your life, the highlights of your life, but they haven't really gotten to see other aspects of your life, or it kind of just feels, again, like a parasocial relationship. Like, I only see what you post online, but I never see what goes on behind closed doors. So I just see what you portray yourself as, but I'm not sure if I see the full you or your whole personality. That's kind of the energy that's coming through overall. They can tell that you're authentic and not trying to put on a mask, though. But there is still something about you being confident in yourself, even though you're not necessarily looking for validation. You're just confident in yourself, and maybe that's what they love about you. Maybe that's what draws them to you. Because I guess confidence is sexy in a person. Maybe they also think you're very charismatic, kind of dreamy, a little bit naive with the Page of Cups, or young, like you still have like life to see. Even though you're very wise for your age, maybe I'm picking up on like a younger group of people with the Page of Cups. Or if you don't relate to that, then maybe if you're not like young, then maybe this could be people that are older than you secretly admiring you, where they see you as young even if you're not fully young. Do you get what I mean? That's how I'm reading this energy. What I would also be careful of is some of these secret admirers, not all of them, most of them like you and most of them want to see you thrive and win, but some of them have a little bit of an obsession where it's a mix of envy and admiration, and some of them almost try to like uncover secrets of yours or uncover the truth about you because they're almost like trying to look for something wrong in you because of their envy. Does that make sense? It's not like you've done anything warranted for that. Your admirers also feel like you're so close but so far away, almost inaccessible to them in some way. Most of them don't have a personal relationship with you, but just think highly of you. There's something about classiness showing through as well. They also see you as classy because of the fact that you don't air out your dirty laundry, or the fact that you don't air out your drama for everybody to see, or your issues in any personal area of life or relationship. Like, you don't show it to the whole world. So that's something they also admire within you. They almost see you as kind of free in a way. I'm seeing fairy-like energy. Maybe they see you as kind of like fairy-like in a way. We have 10 of Cups, the 3 of Swords, and the Hangman reverse. Something about your posture being great. I don't know, I just heard that. I don't know why. With the 10 of Cups, you do also have a group of admirers that are close to you, like maybe some close family or friends. And I just saw 1111 as I said that. But with the 3 of Swords as well, you may, with the Hangman reverse, you may have certain people that maybe hurt you, didn't treat you the best from your past, where they haven't like moved on from you. They're still like almost in limbo about you, watching you even though you've moved on. And they're kind of like clapping for you, cheering you on, secretly admiring you, but never showing face, never like saying it out loud, keeping it a secret. I'm not really sure why, but that's what I see. I'm not sure like if they used to be like rude to you and now they all of a sudden admire you, or what happened there, but that is what I pick up on. They also think you're quite indecisive with the 2 of Swords at the back of the deck reverse, or that it takes really long for you to come to a conclusion or like decision. They may also think that you're family oriented, that your life is almost, how do I say, like very fulfilled and happy. But maybe you've also had moments of sadness or regret, longing. But they also do believe that things are changing for you for the better. I saw the angel number 555. So I'm seeing somebody meditate. Could I be picking up on a spiritual pile, especially with the High Priestess here? We have Pisces, Libra, as well as Capricorn here, and then this card fell on the floor sideways. What I intuitively get from this is that your secret admirers kind of like want you to come to them and ask them, what do I do in this situation when I don't know what to do? Whether it just be posting on social media when you don't know what outfit to pick, being like, help me pick my outfit for the day or for this event. Or if it's like friends in real life, maybe they want you to kind of like go to them to ask them for advice about decisions. It's kind of like they want to help you in some way. They may also think that you get very restless and stressed out when you like don't know what to do and you're trying to make a decision with like a time limit where you don't have like a whole lot of time to consider or weigh out the options with the Hangman reverse. So Page of Swords, the Hermit. Yeah, I'm even seeing like that bunny from Alice in Wonderland with the clock, the rabbit. So Page of Swords, the Hermit, 9 of Wands, 6 of Swords, 6 of Cups. We also have Virgo with the Hermit. Okay, so a lot of your secret admirers have been admiring you for a long time now. With the 6 of Cups, there's some kind of history here where it's like they've been supporting you for the longest time. And it's always been that way. Again, they feel like they relate to you. They're very curious about you, like they want to get to know you more or ask you certain questions with the Page of Swords. Some of them may even social media stalk you, because this is my social media stalking card. They've also seen you have some kind of like self-development journey or kind of grow in a way. It's like they've tracked your progress in a good way, not intentionally, but it's almost like when you see how a person was in the past and compare them to how they are now, you almost just unintentionally see the progress they've had. So they kind of think you've progressed a lot. They've seen you maybe like in moments where you basically had some kind of character development, and they've seen it firsthand, and it's very surprising but also inspiring to them. When I close my eyes and tap into the energy, I'm seeing like a whole crowd of people cheer you on. So that means you have a lot of secret admirers. A lot. I'm also seeing full energy in my mind's eye. So this could be somebody that is innocent in a way, kind of free-spirited, carefree, like I said before, spontaneous, and serious in the best way. And somebody that's maybe able to take risks. They think you know yourself very well. Like, you know what you like, you know what you dislike. I'm also seeing that they especially admire your hair, the way your hair looks, the way you style it. I'm seeing kind of like voluminous hair. What I'm also seeing in my mind is photography. So maybe they're specifically looking at your photos, or they think you look very photogenic, or you take very nice pictures. Maybe some of you are into photography. You have one or two secret admirers that are sexually attracted to you as well, or maybe a few, because I see them kind of like fantasizing about you in a way. I'm also seeing Taurus energy within my mind's eye. I'm also seeing a musical instrument like a guitar. And I'm seeing something specific about your lip color or the glasses you wear. Your secret admirers also feel like if they had to joke with you or be kind of lighthearted in conversation with you, you would match their energy. So that is all I'm getting for you. Let's go ahead and get some zodiacs and initials. I'm hoping to get yours or the ones of your secret admirers. So if you like my reading so far and you want to check out my membership where I post a weekly exclusive video, I would really appreciate that. Also, let me know how this has resonated with you so far in the comments below. We have Taurus, confirmation, Aquarius. These days I'm getting like Taurus and Aquarius like together as a combination a lot. Pisces, Capricorn, and Scorpio. Then we have the initial P, J, Q, K, A. There's something about them liking your vocabulary. Okay, we have C, F, E, I again, L, S, D. We have E again, Z, W, and O. So that is all I have for you, pile number 1. I really hope this reading resonated. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Pile 2, you chose the Howlite crystal and the Empress card. We're going to be taking a look at what your secret admirers think of you. Before we get started, I'd just like to say that I do have 10 spots available for the first week of December personal readings. If you'd like to book with me, you can find all my details in the description box below. So, spirit guides of pile number 2, please tap me into their energy and their secret admirers' energy. Please show me, what do their secret admirers think of them? So firstly, I don't know why I'm seeing this. Maybe it won't resonate with everybody, but it's the first message I'm seeing. So I'm seeing that some of you that are in romantic connections, it's kind of like you have some people romanticizing that connection you have, thinking you guys are so cute together. It's almost giving like power couple vibes. And it's almost like other people see your connection as couple goals, where they admire the way this person treats you and just overall the connection you have, where maybe they wish they had one like that themselves, but they're kind of supportive of it. Yeah, the Lovers came out, so that's confirmation. And we also have the Page of Pentacles. But I want to find out why the Lovers is reversed, and then we also have Temperance reverse. They almost feel empty because they want a connection like that. That is why they're admiring it. So maybe they think you guys are very cute together and they want a connection like that for themselves. If you're not in a romantic connection, then maybe some could secretly admire the way you're able to attract suitors, lovers, people your way. Like maybe you're a very attractive person. I mean, the Empress can represent physical beauty because it is Venusian energy, which relates to beauty and love, planet of beauty and love. And so, yeah, maybe there's something about your beauty that your secret admirers also just find appealing in a way. I see that most of your secret admirers view you in a very positive perspective. And I see that some of these secret admirers are close friends. I see them specifically looking at you like Polaroid pictures of you two together. And it doesn't have to necessarily be Polaroid pictures. This could just represent them looking at pictures of you together. So maybe you have some secret admirers that are quite close to you, if not friends. Now, what I'm also seeing in the energy is some of these secret admirers could be younger than you. So these secret admirers think that you're very clean, neat, hygienic. Maybe that is portrayed through your aesthetic as well. Maybe someone here has the clean girl aesthetic. There's also something about you keeping your weird, eccentric side to you and not feeling ashamed of it. And some of these admirers may feel that way themselves and may love that about you. You may even have younger siblings or cousins as secret admirers. Your secret admirers also get offended when they hear someone doesn't like you. They're like, how? Everybody likes pile number 2. They kind of just think of you as a very likable person. Some of these secret admirers wonder what it would be like to be affectionate with you if they're not close with you. Or if they are close with you, maybe they enjoy physical affection from you. You also have a secret admirer or two that are crushing on you. And they almost have their eye on the target. They want to make their move on you soon, especially if you're single, and they're hoping you will be receptive to it. Your secret admirers also think that you're somebody that's nurturing, kind, but kind of detached in a way. Detached in a good way, where you don't get overly attached to people, situations, things, where you depend on it too much. So maybe they think you're self-sufficient. We have the 6 of Pentacles. They think that you're talented at something. Queen of Cups reverse. I'm specifically seeing cooking though. So Page of Wands reverse and the 7 of Pentacles reverse. I'm even seeing somebody that's a good mother. Somebody that has a beautiful home. Beautifully decorated. Maybe that's what your secret admirers always talk about. And if you've ever hosted like parties or get-togethers or even just like holiday kind of events at your home, then maybe people always talk about those events or you hosting so well. I see a very extroverted person, somebody that's also intelligent and open to learning and growing, maybe somebody that is book smart or a bookworm, somebody that's very busy or leads an active lifestyle, someone that's also romantic but doesn't get too caught up in love where it destroys them. And I mean in the sense of obsessing about love so much, it's like the person's downfall. So Queen of Cups reverse confirms what I said about the detached energy, but you're still kind of heart-led and heart-focused with the Empress, still a very kind person. You just don't get overly attached. 6 of Pentacles tells me that they think you're very generous, giving, and even charitable. They also think that you're very charming and that you're just being yourself. They love that. They love the way your photos look. They also think you're very calculative in a good way, where you calculate your next move, and you're very strategic about where you want to be in life. You know what you want and you just go after it, and you find a way to make it happen for you, even if it seems impossible. Your secret admirers think you find a way, even when the door is closed on you. You find a way to open that door, to get your foot in the door, no matter how hard it is. I'm seeing a determination with this pile. There's something also about, like, maybe you weren't always this kind of person that doesn't get too attached in love relationships and just relationships in general. But maybe some of you lost yourself in a particular relationship or lost your spark in a particular relationship, and that led you to kind of being whole on your own, independent on your own, outside of the people out around you, if that makes sense. Your secret admirers believe that you will have abundance. I keep seeing abundance. We have Eight of Wands reverse, and it's interesting because we have a lot of Pentacle cards and the Empress, which is a card of abundance. But like with all this gold here, it's reminding me of that. So Eight of Wands reverse. Maybe you take relationships slowly. You also take your time getting to know people, even though you're kind of like warm, friendly, very inviting, maybe even generous, like with strangers and people you first meet. But you maybe don't like rush relationships. We have the Five of Swords reverse. Maybe there's some kind of clear boundary here of like, I first need to know that I can trust the person before I give them my all, which people think are really healthy. So I guess these secret admirers admire these traits about you and think you found like a healthy way of loving, healthy sense of detachment. Strength reverse. But you also know how to be vulnerable when you trust a person, when like something changes in the connection at the right moment. Because the thing is, sometimes we can't rush connections or rush to emotional intimacy. I don't know if you've ever seen people that maybe overshare, and I used to be guilty of that, so no judgment here, but people that kind of overshare or build relationships very quickly where they're not like trying to get to know the person properly. They just jump into things. Sometimes those connections can work out, yes, but sometimes it ends just as quickly as it started. And when we rush emotional intimacy, it can feel forced. But sometimes when we slowly build trust with a person and we allow the connection to naturally change and build into something more stable and build into vulnerability slowly, that's when we have something really true, real, genuine. Not that a rush connection can't be genuine, but I hope you get what I mean. Because some of them do last, but what I'm also saying is some of them don't. So I guess that's kind of the perspective here from your secret admirers in terms of their thought pattern. Because they're just seeing you as like a very healthy person in some way. Like, yes, both physically healthy, but also emotionally healthy. Your secret admirers see you as somebody that has self-love, but also can be humble. You don't have a big ego or cockiness, though. They also see you as somebody that is growing and transforming and changing for the better. There's also an ability to take accountability here. And you don't play about protecting your friends or protecting your heart. We have the Hierophant, the Page of Cups. Some of your secret admirers are insecure and kind of look to you for validation in some way. So the Hierophant, Page of Cups, and Three of Wands reverse with the Five of Pentacles at the back of the deck. Okay, so I don't know if I'm picking up on a teacher here that has students admiring them. That's just for somebody. But there's also something about admiring the thing you do for work. Because I'm picking up on like a job title, which will be different for all of you, of course, but maybe there's some kind of respect here for what you do for work. Your secret admirers think you're wise and intelligent, but you're also open to learning things, open to learning from others, not thinking you're necessarily the smartest in the room because you're always willing to learn from another person. So again, there's like a humbleness about you. It's not like you believe you're better than others or above others or anything like that. I'm seeing 1111. I'm also seeing somebody with low iron or that gets dizzy easily when they stand up. I'm seeing your admirers like the jewelry you wear. I'm specifically seeing watches or bracelets. And they enjoy looking at the way you kind of like stand, put your hands together. There's something like very poised about you. I want to say, like, even if you're not trying to pose in a certain way, you could just be naturally resting your hands in a certain way or standing in a certain way, but it's almost like you look very poised and put together in some way. But not only that, kind of elegant in the way you stand, carry yourself, the way you walk even. They feel like they have both lighthearted and deep conversations with you, or they could have that. And they might see you as more of a type B person, somebody that doesn't need to plan every moment of their life, but stops and smells the roses and romanticizes the little moments that are in right now. Like, you're not thinking ahead about your future too much. Even when it comes to relationships, you kind of just take it day by day, not making too many expectations in your head of where things will go, because life has a funny way of kind of like rerouting us at times or not going our way. So maybe there's something here about like finding an acceptance in whatever happens, and I guess not having too much expectations of where things could go. Like in your future, in connections. So your secret admirers may also stalk you on social media and feel as though you're unforgettable in some way. They kind of just see you as an honest, trustworthy, good-hearted person in general. I also see this energy of like, maybe you're not at the place you want to be yet financially, but maybe they see you having the potential to get there. Okay, so let's see what else comes up. The Hermit, the Chariot. I'm seeing Sailor Moon for some reason, 9 of Cups, and the 5 of Pentacles. I think your secret admirers may tend to study or observe you, analyze you from afar, not to scrutinize, but out of admiration. Kind of like, you know, when you see someone beautiful physically and you just want to admire every feature of theirs, stare at them a little bit. Or let's say you just are admiring somebody's personality and you're kind of like observing them closely because you just find them interesting or entertaining. That is the energy that's present here. We have Cancer, Virgo, Taurus, and Libra showing up quite prominently, but we will get more zodiacs later on. It's almost like they just trust you, even if they're not that familiar with you. And they may see you as somebody that either like wants to travel a lot or has like moved from place to place, city to city. I know that Chariot is here, which can represent that, but I'm seeing like somebody move from city to city in my mind's eye. Yeah, the 9 of Cups here confirms what I said, that sometimes things don't go our way, and I think you found acceptance within that. With the 5 of Pentacles, you can never feel lack if you never expect anything, and I know that sounds a little bit morbid, but it's not coming through in a morbid way. It's more so coming through in a way of like acceptance, realistic kind of mindset and thinking, instead of wishful thinking that may lead to disappointment later on, or a feeling of lack when we don't get what we want. I get that they try to figure you out. They may also think that you may have overcome a lot of challenges or difficulties difficulties in your life, that you have a resilience about you, but right now you're looking for inner softness. We also have Leo energy here, and what they can see is that you have a light kind of energy about you. I also feel like some of them look to you when they're kind of like going through things. They feel like you help them feel better, even when they were feeling like really bad about a situation in their life. Okay, so that is all I have for this aspect of the reading. Let's now get some zodiacs and initials. I'm hoping to get yours or your secret admirers. Okay, so let me know how this has resonated for you so far in the comments below. I'm hearing princess treatment, which is reminding me of what I said about the relationship aspect thing. I'm also seeing somebody that is a pet lover. I'm also seeing a short person admire you for some reason. Like maybe there's a height difference between you and that person. Even if they're not short, maybe they're shorter than you. Libra. They just find you captivating in a way. I just heard Cancer. Sagittarius. They may also find you funny. They like your sense of humor. Pisces. We have the initial S. They also think you're fulfilled within your life. J, P, O, Z. Aries. I didn't see that one there. X, Y, O, A, I, Q, M, B, L, and A. So that is all I have for you. I really hope this reading resonated. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Pile 3, you chose the Thunder Egg Crystal in the Ten of Wands card reverse. We're going to be taking a look at what your secret admirers think of you. So before we get started, I'd like to announce that I do have 10 spots available for personal readings for the first week of December. If you'd like to book with me, you can find my details in the description box below. Okay, so your secret admirers, Pile 3, from the energy I feel so far, are people that maybe had very difficult lives. And the people that are secretly admiring you may have grown up in different upbringings than you, may have had very different life circumstances than you. And I don't think they compare themselves. But what I am picking up on is they almost wish they had the life you had. These secret admirers tend to think that you had it easy, but they don't view it from a lens of bitterness or resentment, at least from what I'm feeling so far. But it's almost like they wish they had a life like yours that seems a little bit easier, less complicated, but in a good way. What I'm seeing here is like, say we had a friend that maybe had a difficult childhood, a strained relationship with their family, toxic dynamics in their family. They slept over at you. Maybe this was a childhood friend, and every time they came to you, it felt like an escape from their home situation. And maybe they saw you and your family getting along and your family being supportive, and they thought, I wish I had that. But maybe your family also made them feel like family. So I'm kind of getting that energy of like something along those lines, even if it's not childhood friends. There's just something about that. Specifically also like family upbringing. Okay? And if you didn't have a particularly easy upbringing either, or easy life either, then perhaps they're just projecting this onto you, some of them. So the Seven of Wands reverse with the Ace of Pentacles and Two of Pentacles, I'm kind of seeing a situation of like, let's say you had a healthy family dynamic and they're like, oh, this is what a family is supposed to be like. This is what a healthy family looks like. Or imagine if a person lost a parent due to some kind of tragic accident and you maybe have both parents, and they kind of looked at you with a little bit of envy, admittedly at the time, thinking, I wish I had that. You're so lucky you have both parents. There's almost just this feeling of you're so lucky, I wish I had what you have, but I'm not going to act on that. I'm not gonna like be rude to you or anything, but like I kind of wish I had what you have. And there's like a heart stinging feeling here. And now, even if it's not like childhood and upbringing, which I'm particularly picking up strongly on, this could also be about your financial situation with the Ace of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, or just things feeling steady in your life right now where things feel easy and not chaotic. Things feel free-flowing, not stagnant. Maybe you seem to have some kind of stability here with the Two of Pentacles. And health as well. Good health. It's almost like they just view you as very lucky, like everything is going well in your life. There's no chaos, there's no drama, nothing falling apart, at least from the outside perspective. Maybe they're just seeing the highlights of your life. I don't know. Maybe your life is actually going this well, but that is what I'm picking up that they think of you. They think it's kind of like a walk in the park for you, but in a good way, where they kind of like wish they could feel what it feels like to have that. The Seven of Wands reverse tells me that maybe you haven't felt the need to kind of guard yourself in relationships or push people away because of trust issues or anything like that. They believe that you kind of just have an easy time trusting people and letting people in. But also, when it comes to opportunities, maybe you don't doubt yourself a whole lot. Maybe you don't think badly of yourself or judge yourself in any way. That's what they at least think. They think that you have no insecurities holding you back, that you have a healthy perception of yourself, and that you believe in yourself and never doubt yourself when it comes to opportunities. You feel ready for it, whereas they feel like they have imposter syndrome. So it's kind of like either they're projecting this onto you or it's really like that, but that's what they think of you. And don't get me wrong, even if some of them do envy you a little bit, they would never act on it because they're happy for you. And in fact, they would want that for themselves. Because I see stormy skies on their side and clear skies on your side. So it kind of just feels like not necessarily self-comparison, but this feeling of, I see the differences between my life and your life and the way it looks. How do I get to your life? How do I get to your state of being? It's kind of like that feeling. Queen of Swords, Three of Pentacles. You may even have some co-workers feeling this way, or people you go to school or college with. The Fool, the Eight of Wands reverse. So these are also people you just talk to on the daily, as well as strangers with the Fool. They see growth happening in your life and in you. As I say that, I hear ringing in my left ear. They also talk about your growth a lot and how inspired they are by this. But your growth wasn't or didn't seem difficult or uncomfortable. It actually seemed very beautiful. They're kind of left speechless by their admiration, if they had to be honest. And a lot of these admirers would never tell you how they feel. They don't feel like you would understand. But they want to keep their admiration there and kind of see you as their goal. Not like goal to have, but maybe for some if there's like attraction, but more in this energy of like, you're living my goal or dream life and you're like my motivation or my reminder or my muse that it's possible for me too. That's the kind of energy I feel. So they find you inspiring in some way. And they kind of see you as like a muse in the sense of, I want to be like you. Not I want to become you, but I want to be like you. I want to live a life like yours. Or at least similar to yours. I see them thinking that you don't rush into decisions. You plan ahead. And maybe you get other people to kind of give you their input on what they think of the situation so that you can see your blind spots, because what I'm picking up on here is a very like analytical pile and a very like practical pile, where maybe you know that sometimes when we want to make our own decisions, like, not that another person should make the decision for us, don't get me wrong, because I always advocate for making your own decisions, but it's more along the lines of sometimes a person may have blind spots in their decision making, and sometimes an outside perspective is wise to have, because we could be putting on rose-colored glasses. We could be looking at things in an idealistic way, which isn't always wrong, but we might have certain blind spots that we don't see, especially when it comes to things we're emotionally attached to, whether it be a relationship or a situation or outcome. We might not see the blind spots because of our emotional attachment to that thing. So sometimes it's good to get a perspective from somebody that isn't emotionally attached with the Queen of Swords, that can see the truth clearly. And maybe you're able to do that. Like, you don't just jump into decisions, you plan it out carefully, but sometimes from the outside it seems like you came to that decision quickly, but maybe it took time behind the scenes. They don't always see that. I think that they think that you're able to take risks and that you trust the information of those closest to you that care about you. Of course, you're not just going to take advice from somebody with a effed up life. Excuse the way I'm saying it, but that's how it's coming through. Okay. I'm talking about situations where a person messes up their own life with the decisions they make. Of course, you're not going to take advice from them. We have the Emperor. We have the Knight of Wands reverse, and we have the Ten of Swords reverse. Some people feel insecure when you don't come to them for advice, maybe because of that. Okay, so the Emperor, Knight of Wands. Yeah, there's like no impulsivity here. There's an ambitiousness that isn't determined on motivation, but is more determined on consistency and building something towards your future. I'm feeling a lot of earth sign energy with your energy, or air sign energy. But we will get more zodiacs later on. I'm also getting like this Ice Queen energy. I'm getting frozen imagery, or like winter kind of imagery, ice imagery. Let's see if that has a spiritual meaning, because I'm just curious. This can symbolize emotional or spiritual detachment from AI's overview on Google, a lack of faith, a state of spiritual desolation. It can also represent a rigid or apathetic mindset, a spiritual illness, or a lack of passion in one's spiritual life. However, in some traditions, ice can also signify unwavering and rigid commitment. I guess that's ice. I want to see winter, because I'm also seeing like winter symbolism. It represents introspection, rest, inner reflection, representing the end of a cycle and the promise of future renewal. It is a time for stillness and quiet contemplation, similar to a seed lying dormant in the dark to prepare for new growth. In many traditions, winter is also associated with themes of hope, rebirth, and inner transformation as it prepares for return of light and life. Maybe some of you love winter, or maybe even like just have that like vibe about you that's like almost icy, cool. Yeah, maybe they see you as cool as well. Yeah, but like I said, your determinedness, ambition isn't based on motivation. It's like you set your routine, you set your schedule, and maybe you're strict with yourself as well. Maybe some moments you allow yourself to rest, but most of the time you're strict with yourself. You keep yourself disciplined. And perhaps I also think you have leadership abilities. I see like co-workers at work, and they're like thinking you have leadership abilities, and it's almost like they always want to ask you for help because they know that you will give them the right answers. Like maybe if they ask another person for help, that person may mess up their work if they're like unsure what to do in a specific thing, but they trust coming to you for that information with the Page of Swords. That's just what I'm getting intuitively. Then we have the Lovers reverse page, Five of Cups, and the Eight of Cups reverse. They believe you have many gifts and talents lying dormant within you, waiting to be unleashed. A lot of potential waiting to be unleashed as well. They also think that you're secure within yourself. You know how to be assertive in a way that isn't showing dominance, but asserting yourself in some way. They think that you're very put together and you seem like reliable in a way. I'm also hearing heartthrob, so maybe there are some that have crushes on you. I mean, the Lovers is here, so it makes sense. But with the Lover showing reverse, what I'm feeling intuitively is insecurities. I'm feeling it in my solar plexus, which is why I say it. So what I'm getting here is maybe they feel like they're not good enough to have you, which is why they're staying a secret admirer, because they almost feel like either you're out of their league or they're not good enough to have you, or they think you would reject them and it would just disappoint them. Like you would never go for someone like that or even consider them. And that may not be truth, but that's how they feel. They also believe that you have high standards for yourself and you won't just date anybody or just be friends with everybody. Like, you're possibly somebody to them. They think you're somebody that is fine with having few friends close. You don't need to be friends with the whole world, because maybe for you, loyalty is important. Certain things are important. And they almost look at you as like grown and mature in decision making when it comes to friendships and who you keep around you, where you're not wanting to be friends with people that are inconsistent, unreliable, not loyal, not dependable. You know, like there's certain traits you look for in your friendships, in your relationships, and if someone is showing the opposite of that or showing deal breakers, you're not going to entertain that just to keep somebody in your life or just so that you can't be alone. There's also something about them feeling like you're never dry or boring in conversation, those that have spoken to you. And like, it's always interesting talking to you and catching up with you as well. So maybe you have some that like know you quite well. I'm hearing they want you to not let your fears hold you back though, if you have any. And they want you to express your true thoughts or opinions on things. They also like the fact that you give people a chance. I know I said you have high standards, and this sounds contradictory, but it's not. How it's coming through is you give people a chance when maybe they do mess up. You give them grace maybe once, but if they're starting to mess up again and again and again, then they have no place in your life. So what I'm getting here from Eight of Cups reverse is you don't cut people out immediately. You give them a chance, but once they're just like repeating that behavior as a pattern, they have no place in your life. Like bad behavior, I mean. So you understand that people are human, but you also have standards. That's what's coming through. So let's go ahead and get your zodiacs and initials. I'm hoping to get yours or your secret admirers. So your secret admirers, I'm seeing this for somebody here, and this may not resonate with everybody, but I'm seeing somebody specifically say, oh, I'm going to be this one day. I'm going to achieve this. I'm going to have this. And some may look at you like, oh, that's never going to happen due to their own limited beliefs. But those that are your secret admirers truly support it, truly believe in the dreams that you have, even if they seem impossible to the average person. Those that are open-minded and can see your potential, see it happening for you no matter how big the dream is or no matter how big the goal is. They just believe it's possible. I'm seeing like different interviews, like I think Lady Gaga did one, or she said this once, I'm not sure if it was her or somebody else, saying that she knew she was going to be a singer one day and people never took her seriously, apparently. I think she said something like that. And look where she is now. Taurus, Capricorn. So that was what I was seeing in my mind's eye, which is why I'm saying that. Aquarius. And now it may not be a singer, but I guess just take it how it resonates. Aries and Virgo. We have the initial E, O. I'm seeing somebody that's a foodie. B. May like to indulge in food. A again. H. I'm also seeing someone perfectionistic. F. Or they think you're perfect. Y. I. L. They think that you could never do wrong even when you make a mistake. It's like they sometimes excuse your behavior. D.A. People act like that towards you when they secretly admire you. Like you could never do wrong in their eyes. D.A.U.M. Okay, so that is all I have for you. I really hope this reading resonated. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time.